In the heart of Benin City, where the sun rises with an orange glow and sets with a promise of better tomorrows, lay a small, struggling community. This community, tucked away from the bustling city life, was known as Eruese. Poverty was its unwelcome guest, staying long past its welcome. The houses, made of worn-out wood and corrugated iron sheets, stood like weary soldiers, bearing the scars of hardship. Electricity was a rare luxury, and the streets, often dark and silent, told tales of struggle and resilience. Among the inhabitants of Eruese was a young woman named Osato. At 22, Osato had dreams as vast as the sky, but her reality was bound by the chains of poverty. Her parents, once vibrant and full of hope, had succumbed to the harshness of life, leaving her to fend for her younger siblings. Every day, she would rise before the sun, her feet aching from the long hours spent walking in the local market, selling whatever little she could find or make. Despite the darkness that seemed to envelop Eruese, Osato's spirit shone brightly. She was known for her kindness and willingness to help anyone in need. Her friends often told her that her heart was too big for her small body. Osato would simply smile, believing that even in the depth of poverty, kindness was the wealth no one could steal. One particularly sweltering afternoon, as Osato was making her way back from the market, she noticed an elderly man struggling to walk. He was bent over, his back curved like a question mark, and his clothes were tattered. He looked lost and in pain. Without a second thought, Osato rushed to his side. "Sir, are you all right?" she asked, her voice filled with concern. The old man looked up at her, his eyes weary but kind. "My child, I am lost and hungry. I have been wandering for days, looking for a place to rest." Osato's heart ached at his words. She knew what it felt like to be hungry and tired. "Come with me," she said, helping him up. "I don't have much, but what I have, I will share with you." She led the old man to her small home, where her siblings looked on with curiosity. She offered him the little food she had managed to gather that day. The old man ate slowly, savoring each bite as if it were a feast. After he had eaten, he turned to Osato and said, "You have shown me great kindness, my child. In a world where everyone is looking out for themselves, you have chosen to help a stranger. For this, I am grateful." Osato smiled, her eyes sparkling. "It is nothing, sir. We all need help sometimes." The old man nodded. "Indeed. And sometimes, help comes in the most unexpected ways." As the days turned into weeks, the old man, whose name was Egosa, became a part of Osato's family. He was full of wisdom and stories from his younger days, which captivated Osato and her siblings. One evening, as they sat under the stars, Egosa spoke of a time when he was a wealthy merchant, traveling across the lands, trading goods and amassing riches. But he had lost everything to a deceitful business partner and had been wandering ever since. "But my wealth was not in the gold and silver I lost," Egosa said, his voice steady. "It was in the lessons I learned and the people I met." Osato listened intently, her mind racing with possibilities. She had always dreamed of changing her community, of lifting Eruese out of poverty. But she never knew where to start. Egosa's stories gave her hope. One morning, Egosa called Osato aside. "You have been a beacon of hope in this community," he said. "And I believe you can do more. I have something for you." He handed her a small, intricately carved box. Inside was a key and a letter. The letter explained that the key was to a warehouse in the heart of Benin City. Egosa had managed to keep this one asset hidden from his deceitful partner. The warehouse was filled with goods that could be sold or used to start a business. "This is my gift to you," Egosa said. "Use it wisely. Osato was overwhelmed with gratitude. She knew this was the opportunity she had been waiting for. With Egosa's guidance, she began to sell the goods from the warehouse. Slowly but surely, she built a small business, employing people from her community. She started with a few employees, but as the business grew, so did the number of people she could help. She used the profits to improve the living conditions in Eruese. She installed solar panels to provide electricity, ensuring that the nights were no longer cloaked in darkness. She set up a small clinic offering basic healthcare services. She started a school, believing that education was the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. Osato's efforts did not go unnoticed. The local government took an interest in her work and offered support. Organizations and philanthropists from around the country began to contribute, inspired by her story and dedication. Eruese was transforming, and the people were filled with a renewed sense of hope and purpose. But Osato did not stop there. She remembered the days when she and her siblings had gone to bed hungry, the times when she had felt hopeless and alone. She wanted to ensure that no one else in her community had to experience that. She established a foundation, the Eruese Hope Foundation, dedicated to helping the less privileged. The foundation provided scholarships, vocational training, and small business grants to those in need. Osato's journey from a struggling young woman to a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist became a source of inspiration. She was invited to speak at events and conferences, sharing her story and encouraging others to believe in the power of kindness and community. Years passed, and Eruese blossomed into a thriving community. The streets were no longer dark and silent but filled with laughter and the sounds of progress. The people of Eruese had found their strength, and together, they had built a better future. On the 20th anniversary of the founding of the Eruese Hope Foundation, Osato stood before a large crowd in the center of the community. She looked at the faces of the people she had grown up with, the faces of those she had helped, and the faces of those who had helped her. "We have come a long way," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "But our journey is not over. There are still many who need our help, many who are struggling as we once did. Let us continue to work together, to support one another, and to build a world where no one is left behind." The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing through the streets of Eruese. Osato smiled, her heart full. She knew that the spirit of her community was strong, and that together, they could overcome any obstacle. As the celebration continued, Osato took a moment to reflect on her journey. She thought of Egosa, the old man who had changed her life with his kindness and wisdom. She knew that she would always carry his lessons with her, and that she would continue to honor his memory by helping others. And so, the story of Osato and the community of Eruese became a testament to the power of kindness, resilience, and the belief that one person can make a difference. It was a story that reminded everyone that no matter how dark the night, the dawn would always come, bringing with it the promise of a new day. As we reflect on Osato's journey, let us ask ourselves, what can we do to help those around us? How can we contribute to the betterment of our communities? Osato's story teaches us that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact. Let us be inspired by her example and strive to make a difference in our own ways. Please share your thoughts and reflections on this story. How has it impacted you? What lessons have you learned? Your contributions to the understanding of this story are valuable, and together, we can continue to spread the message of hope and kindness.